In the deep silence of winter, where the forest wears a crown of snow and the wind hums its mournful hymn, life clings to the thinnest thread. The pines stand like frozen sentinels, their limbs heavy with frost, their roots sunk deep into earth, hardened by the cold breath of death. Here, beneath the fallen skeleton of an ancient tree, a hollow stirs with warmth, fragile and defiant against the white desolation. A mother wolf lies curled in shadow, her fur dusted with frost, her amber eyes glowing with a light that is neither wild nor tame, a light born of love. Pressed against her belly, 4 newborn pups tremble in the chill, their fur damp with birth, their tiny bodies fragile as whispers. Blind and helpless, they root against her warmth, the rhythm of their hearts drumming faintly in the silence. She lowers her head, nuzzling the smallest one closer, licking the frost from its ear with a tenderness the world will never see. Her breath rises like smoke in the icy air, curling upward before vanishing into nothingness. The storm outside sighs softly, letting the first pale blush of dawn stain the horizon in streaks of rose and gold. For a moment, a fleeting, precious moment, the forest holds its breath, and the world feels gentle. But in the wild, gentleness is a dream that dies quickly. The father returns as the dawn burns higher, a shadow gliding over snow that gleams like shards of glass. His fur is rimmed with frost, his amber eyes dulled by fatigue and hunger. No kill dangles from his jaws, his flanks hollow with days of famine. The storm has scoured the forest clean. No deer wander the ridges, no hare leaves tracks in the drifts. The streams lie locked in ice, their voices strangled beneath glass. Death rules these woods, and his throne is the cold. The wolf halts at the den, his breath pumping in smoky jets. He presses his muzzle to hers in silence. No sound passes between them, but the vow is there, thrumming through their bones like a second heartbeat. I will keep them alive. I will not fail. He steps inside, lowers his massive frame over the pups, curling his body around theirs. The little ones stir, whimpering softly as his warmth seeps into their quivering skins. His eyes close. For a breath, he drifts into the dim comfort of exhaustion. But the mother does not sleep. Her gaze remains fixed on the forest beyond the den's mouth, ears twitching at every sigh of wind. She knows the truth he will not speak. Birth in winter is a gamble, and in these woods, the dice are loaded against them. The hours crawl like wounded beasts. The light that filters through the pines is pale and brittle, shattering into fragments on the snow. Hunger gnaws, savage and relentless, stripping patience down to its bones. She dozes, briefly, her head pillowed against her mate's flank. But the dream is shallow, and the sound that tears her from it is sharp as a blade, a crunch, deep in the hush of snow crushed under weight. Her ears spear the air, her breath locks. Slowly, she raises her head, lips peeling from her teeth in a silent snarl. And then she sees them, 2 shapes sliding through the mist. Low, deliberate, the color of ash and rot, hyenas. Exiles from a starving plain, driven north by famine, their paws whispering across the frost. Their eyes glow like sick embers, fevered by hunger and hate. Their bodies ripple with a predator's patience, every step a question carved in silence. How far? How close? How soon? The mother stiffens, her muscles knitting iron beneath her fur. A growl coils in her chest, trembling with venom. The sound slithers into the air like smoke. The pups stir at the vibration, their tiny cries feathering the stillness. She curls tighter, pressing them deeper beneath her belly. Her eyes never leave the shadows, where death comes grinning through the fog. And then a shift in the gloom. Another figure steps forward. Her mate. He moves like a blade unsheathed, his hackles bristling, his breath fuming in the bitter wind. He plants himself between her and the creeping dark, his body a rampart of sinew and fury. His gaze burns holes through the fog, fastening on the eyes that glint with malice. The air thickens, drawn taut as a bowstring. The forest becomes a chessboard of stillness, each piece locked in a frozen stare. Time grinds its teeth in the hush, and then his head turns, just a fraction, enough for her to see it, flickering in the depths of his eyes. A choice, bitter as the wind, hard as the ice that armors the earth. He runs. No sound warns the shadows. No farewell cracks the frost. One heartbeat, he stands. The next, he's gone unspooling through the white wilderness in a blur of muscle and motion, his paws detonating clouds of snow behind him. The forest erupts around him, pines whipping past in black streaks, ravens wrenching skyward in avalanches of wings, the wind shrieking its anthem of knives. His breath pours from his jaws in plumes of steam, branding the air with the heat of his will. His chest burns, his legs scream, his pads split and bleed, streaking the snow with ribbons of scarlet. Still he drives forward, throat raw with the iron taste of desperation. The land heaves and twists beneath him, a labyrinth of frost and shadow. He vaults deadfall slick with ice, slashes through thickets that rake his flanks to ribbons. Hunger roars in his belly, but hunger is nothing beside the howl hammering in his skull. Run, or they die. He follows ghosts, old trails blurred by storm, scents torn to tatters by the wind. He threads ravines where rivers lie, strangled under glass, their voices choked to whispers. He claws up slopes crusted with glittering shards that bite like teeth. The sky bruises. Snow comes harder, slanting like spears, blinding his eyes with a storm of knives. His body falters, a lurching marionette strung with fire and pain. Once, he stumbles, slamming into ice, the shock knifing through his bones. He sprawls, sides heaving, blood pulsing from his torn pads into the snow. For a breath, the world reels, drunk on white silence. But then, through the blur, a thread of gray, thin as smoke, twisting against the dark pines. A smell, alien and rich, riding the wind like a promise. Wood smoke. He staggers up, every sinew screaming, and runs. The forest thins. The storm wails. And there crouched like a beast at the edge of the clearing, a cabin, its chimney bleeding warmth into the bleeding sky. Salvation, or another kind of death. He does not care. He has no time for fear. The clearing yawns wide, a wound of light in the white flesh of the world. He bursts from the trees, his chest a furnace, his heart a drum beating its last war. His breath blasts in ragged ghosts. His legs quiver under the weight of the miles he's slain. The cabin looms, its timbers black with storms, its windows spitting shards of firelight. And then a groan, slow and rusted. The door yawns wide, and the dark coughs up a man. He moves like winter, carved him, stooped and broad, shoulders draped in a coat the color of storms. His beard bristles with frost. In his fist glints an axe, wet-mouthed with the blood of trees. His boots grind frost as he steps into the howl, his breath pluming in glassy ribbons. His eyes are pale glacier eyes, blue as cracked ice. Hard with the weight of years, they sweep the clearing, they find him. The wolf stops dead, his body sagging, his chest scalded by the fire of its own breath. His fur bristles with frost, his flanks quake like broken wings. His eyes burn like twin suns guttering in a storm. Not with rage, not with fear, with something older, wilder, a plea for a heartbeat. The world holds its breath. Snow sides through the hush and white knives. The wind leans close, listening. The man's fingers tighten on the haft. His jaw knots. A thought grinds in his skull, loud as iron. Damn thing's starving. Dangerous. One swing, and it's done. But another thought worms through the cracks, soft and sly. It ran here. To me, God help me, it ran here. His grip slackens. His breath rasps like a saw in the stillness. His heart drums a question against his ribs. What do you want from me, beast? What in hell do you want? The wolf sways. His legs fold, slow as dusk. He sinks to his belly, then his chest, then the bleeding earth. His head droops, heavy with miles and the weight of a dream too big for his bones. His eyes do not close. They fix on the man, twin coins of fire guttering in the snow. And in them, the man reads it, clear as scripture. A den, a mother, 4 fragile sparks guttering in the dark. A sob claws his throat. He clamps it down, grinding his teeth till they shriek. His breath bursts in a curse that fogs the wind. Christ, what am I supposed to do? The axe slides from his fist, bites the snow with a muffled thud. He kneels, his knees groaning like the pines, and reaches with hands that tremble like leaves in a storm. His palm meets fur thick, matted, burning with fever. It shudders under his touch. The wolf's breath rattles, breaks. Stillness seeps in like black water. The old man bows his head, his beard brushing the dead cold spine. His tears fall, searing holes in the frost. Above them, the sky yawns black, flinging down its silent knives. Far away, in a hollow strangled with roots, 4 hearts flicker on in the dark, blind to the storm, blind to the death that bought them dawn. Some stories do not end in triumph. Some end in blood and silence, on a bed of snow beneath a sky deaf to prayers. But love leaves echoes. And tonight, in the hollow of a dying forest, its echo howls against the stars.